Look at that cute little princess. Look at her cute little schoolgirl outfit. Look at her cute little facial expressions. Look at her, she's dead. Long Live the Queen is a visual novel-looking strategy game developed by Hanako Studios, who were really on fire when they made this game. I can't say that. In the game, you play as a 14-year-old princess, soon-to-be Queen Elodie, who lives in the world where apparently kings don't do jack except for offer unhelpful advice. Unfortunately for Elodie, her mom has died because magic or something, and now it's up to her to take up the throne and become the new queen, at the age of 15. However, she's not quite there yet, and must prepare for her queenhood by taking on various classes and freaking staying alive. Oh yeah, apparently everyone and their grandma in this land wants this princess dead. The peasants, the nobles, the assassins, neighboring countries, giant monsters, you name it, they want this princess dead. That grandma in the background, yeah, she wants this princess dead too. However, that's where you, the player, comes in. By deciding what classes to take and what skills she should learn by, you can guide her to live another day, and maybe even a victory if you're lucky. Aesthetically speaking, the game looks quite nice. All the sprites are very well drawn, and the whole package has this wonderful visual novel style that complements the gameplay very well. Overall, the visuals and the atmosphere are amazing, and they're probably one of the best things in this game. Now, the game calls itself a simulation game, but it's really not. It's actually a strategy game, and a darned hard one at that. It plays like this. Every week you pick up 2 subjects to learn, and then you level up in those subjects that you picked up. At the end of the week, an event will happen, and depending on what classes you've learned, you'll either succeed or you'll fail. Believe me, there are a lot of subjects to learn, and a lot of classes to take. Ranging from internal affairs, to battlefield medic, to animal riding, to elegance, to tying your freaking shoelaces. It's complicated, and complicating this complication is Elodie's mood, which affects how well she can learn a subject. It'll either increase her learning ability or decrease it, and sometimes, if she's not in the right mood, she ain't gonna be learning nothing. What makes this rather frustrating is that if you don't choose the right subjects, Elodie is basically dead meat. However, there's no indication as to what classes are important and what aren't. In a sense, they're all important, but at different times. You may take your time leveling up her military tactics and succeeding in crushing the rebellion only to be poisoned by chocolates because you didn't take enough production and trade classes to know that they were going to be poisoned. Contrary to what appears, the events at the end of the game aren't random. As long as you're doing the same thing every time, they'll happen in the same way. So, if you go back and learn the necessities, you'll be able to avoid that death that you just got. However, you'll probably be immediately faced with another one, for the same reason. The problem is that you'll have no way of knowing what comes next unless you've died 100 times and or have memorized it or consulted the guide to know what comes next. I mean, I'm in favor of hard games, but I don't think this should basically be required to consult a guide just to beat the darn thing. And you know, that chocolate thing really pisses me off. I mean, you get a choice about what you do in almost everywhere else in the game, but when it comes to opening the box of chocolates that someone sent that she doesn't know, she doesn't even think twice about opening it up and just popping one into her mouth. She don't even smell them or taste them or anything. She just gobbles them down like she ain't seen food in weeks. And I love how her mood changes to depressed after you eat them, as if her mood is really gonna affect anything now. But yeah, the frustrating thing there is that there's just no way of avoiding this death unless you've studied a ton in production. And you have no way of knowing that this death is gonna come until you've already gotten here and died, or consulted a guide and found out ahead of time. It's unfair and not in the good way, and this kind of thing happens a lot. However, maybe that was the point. It seems that the developers of this game knew you were gonna die a lot. It's in the trailer for the game, and heck, there's even a checklist on the main menu to see if you died in all the possible ways. However, deaths like this just don't seem fair. They feel cheap and unavoidable, and I don't like that. So, should you buy this game? Well, really, that's determined on how patient you are with games, and how invested you can get into them. I'll admit I got pretty darn invested into this game despite its cheap deaths. It had surprisingly addictive nature that I honestly wasn't expecting out of it. This game basically consumed my entire Saturday, but it wasn't really a satisfying consumption. It was a consumption driven by frustration and not being able to avoid poison chocolates. Its current price is $9.95, and to be honest, for all that's in the game, that's a little steep. If you're into strategy games and you don't mind a lot of cheap deaths, when it goes on sale, I'd say check it out. However, right now, at the price it is, I'd hold off. If you're interested in experiencing the game for yourself, you can find a free demo of it on Hanako Games at their website. Try it out and see if it's worth your money. And that's all that is for me. This has been Markerplier101, and I'd like to thank you for watching my very first video review. I've never done this sort of thing before at all, so any and all feedback is welcomed and encouraged. And that's all from me now. Thanks for watching.